Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to draw an ear. At any time during the video, you can pause or back up if you need to watch something again. So start out by drawing a line that represents the side of the face or the cheek. We're going to be drawing our ears from what it would look like from the front. And of course, you should have something to reference, either a mirror or a photo or whatever, a person, something to reference to draw that ear. So basically draw the outside ear shape. And then we're going to add a couple of lines here in the middle to give us an idea of where to do our shading as we go further along in here. So I've already added the outside line and then where the tragus would be and then the ear opening. I'm going to put a couple other little lines in here just to remind myself where I'm going to shade later on as I start to shade in this inner area. Okay, I'm going to start shading the ear opening. It's basically going to be dark at the bottom and then lighter as it gets up towards the top. So dark at the bottom, light as it goes top. Remember also that when you're shading, you should shade with contours of the shape. Alright, just make it nice and smooth, and when you feel like you're done with this, then we're going to move up to shade this part here. Under this line, we're going to put a little bit of a shadow, so it's going to be dark to light coming down into the ear. And again, shade with the contours of the line that you've got, dark to light as it comes down into that ear. Shade this whole area in. I'm going to leave a little bit of a white area around the outside of that space that we just shaded in because we want it to look like it's coming forward a little bit. So it's going to capture more light and then thus be a lighter area. So as I said, dark to light from the top coming down and around. Just make it nice and smooth. Try to not have any areas that with a hard edge or an abrupt stop. Nice and smooth at the bottom where it's lightest. It's going to be a little bit darker there by your cheek. But notice how I left the light or the white area around the outside of that first shape that we shaded in the ear opening itself. Now where those reference lines are, that first reference line, I'm going to just make it darker up to that line without having an abrupt stop like I talked about. And then in that oval shape, it's going to be dark there and then blend in to the values around it. We don't want to make it look like a circle necessarily or an oval with a hard edge. It needs to be a nice change in value. Okay, so now we're going to shade the upper part of this area. It's going to go dark to light from the outside to the center of this shape. Work your way all the way down the side and blend it in nicely as it gets towards the bottom of that line that we drew. Dark on the edge and then lighter as it gets to the center of that shape. Do the same thing from the outside going in. So you did bottom to top, now do top to bottom. Okay, so now we're going to shade a little bit here by the cheek. Make sure that this is a curved line so that your ear looks like it's round and not flat. Just make it a little bit darker where your face would be shading over the top of your ear. Gives it a little bit of dimension. And where the tragus is, you're going to put a little bit of shadow there. Don't go all the way to the edge of it. We want it to look like it's a part of skin that's standing out. Give it some contrast to the darkness behind it. Okay, and then we're going to go down into the lobe of the ear. Keep in mind this should be a pretty dark area. Probably the light source is going to be from up above. May not be, But if the light source is up above, then the bottom of your ear is going to be pretty dark because it's going to not be capturing as much light. So keep with the curve of the earlobe itself and go dark to light going into the fleshy part of that. And get pretty dark. Remember, try to keep it nice and smooth. You don't want any hard edges. You want it to look soft like skin. So dark to light coming from the bottom up into that. And then for the center part of the lobe, I'm going to start with my cheek. I'm just going to shade into that just a little bit, leaving a little bit of a white area around those other areas that we've already shaded in. Make it nice and smooth. And then there we go. That's the last step, and you should have a pretty nice looking ear.